you did to help others during the pandemic, thank you. You got through it, you helped get others through it, and you gained your degree, all of which really is quite remarkable. And our staff community stepped up in a similar way. At the beginning, we distributed our surplus food to local food hubs and offered fridge and freezer space to the Coventry Emergency Food Network. We helped get the Canley Food Hub up and running through staff volunteering, transport and finance. We donated PPE to the NHS. We manufactured hand sanitizer. We manufactured 3D printed face shields. We made our laboratories available to support COVID-19 clinical work. We set up lateral flow testing site on campus and gave advice to schools and businesses, loaning kit when there were shortages for community testing. We also put in place our own NHS test and trace facility. And the business partners that we had that struggled so much during the lockdown phases, we supported them too, with advice, insight, knowledge, expertise, sharing of networks, helping some of them to pivot their products. And our researchers helped us to understand and respond to COVID-19 from conducting those clinical trials, to advising governments, to public engagement. We continue to conduct pioneering research and offer expert insight into how the pandemic affected and still affects lives. For all of this work, our university was named by the Times as runner-up as University of the Year. And for our education, flipping online where required, face-to-face where possible, the Times named us as University of the Year for Teaching Quality. And these two awards together are a collective achievement of both students and staff working together. These are your achievements. Now, earlier I said I wanted to thank you 3 times over. And so, finally, I want to thank every person here today for finding the time to come back to your university, to mark the enormous achievement of securing your degree, to celebrate. Through such difficult years where joy has been so limited, it is really important to make time to celebrate achievements, successes. I'm delighted that we've been able to put together this day of celebration for you, our most unique cohorts of graduates, the first in our history to be unable to graduate at the end of your course. Thank you for taking the time to celebrate, to reconnect with friends, to be at your university. You will already have found that members of the Warwick alumni community are everywhere. In fact, in far more than 100 countries. And everywhere, there are Warwick graduates looking to help other Warwick graduates. As students, you've been amazing. The really good news is our alumni are also amazing. And now, to the ceremony today. As we have heard, there is one simple rule: to celebrate. With noise and with cheers. Let your family, let your friends know how amazing they really are. And so, I declare this ceremony open!
Thank you very much, Professor Croft. That reminds me, actually, one of my favorite things in this ceremony is to watch the faces of the graduates light up when they hear their name and then they hear the applause coming from the audience. And because the world is a tough place at the moment and travel is a tough thing to do, perhaps quite a few of these graduates don't have family, friends and supporters in the room. So we have a cunning plan. Please will you join us in, of course, celebrating your graduates with whooping and cheering and whatever you're shouting at them, but also, can you, everyone in the room, please select 5 or 6 random graduates to go completely crazy for. It will surprise them. You will see their faces light up. I see their faces light up. And everyone can join in. Swift feedback loop. You can see their faces on the big screens behind. So go bananas for someone you've never heard of because you like the sound of their name, or you like the way they walk, or you just think maybe they don't have any supporters in the room. It'll be worth it, and it'll surprise the person sitting next to you enormously. So have a great time. Keep the applause going. Relax when you need to, and then go bananas for someone random. It's great to see. So we have enough perfectly calm graduates there who are about to stride at their own pace onto this ramp. If your hat falls off, it really doesn't matter. The sight of your naked knee through the dress for the first time this morning as you go up the ramp does not mean that everything's going to fall off. It's going to be okay. And anyway, we've checked the regulations from 1965. You will still be legally graduated from the University of Warwick even if you are naked. Let us not check that. Vice-Chancellor, I hereby present to you these graduates in recognition of their degrees. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Classics and Ancient History, Euphemia Stavropoulou. To the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in English and Cultural Studies, Johanna Louise Cook. Sophie Eileen Leonora O'Kelly. In English Literature, Carl Grewa Martin. In European Studies, Agnieszka Eva Chmara. In History, Dulcie Jane Mowat. To the degree of Doctor of Education, Areye Makemi Kiepene. Claire Margaret Astrid Maxime. To the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Applied Linguistics, Norazin Binti Zamri. In Education, Anna Elizabeth Lockley Scott. Jane Elizabeth Bradford. Nazmeen Sudruddin Halani. In Education and Applied Linguistics, Duncan Michael Lees. In Education and Psychology, Nikita Christina Hayden. In Employment Research, Barbara Yanta. Jiang Yang. Rebecca Wild. Tanis Goddard. In English Language Teaching and Applied Linguistics, Nun Thi Hong Nguyen. Pia Carolina Tabali Marin. Reem Tukmak. Saiful Izwan bin Zainal. Simon Andrew Ness. In Interdisciplinary Studies, Esteban Damiani. Simon Jersey Piontek. Tur Drieser. In Social Work, Eleanor Lutman-White. To the degree of Master of Arts. In Career Development and Coaching Studies, Marianne Garon. In Career Education, Information and Guidance in Higher Education, Catherine Finnemore. David Bond. In Childhood in Society, Connor Jordan Naylor. In Digital Media and Culture, Edge Kosolo. In Drama Education and English Language Teaching, Ruka Ueda. In Educational Innovation, Naomi Claire Messam. Sahil Aaron Taipa. In Educational Innovation with Specialism in Mathematics, Lauren Nicole Blackburn. In Educational Leadership, Teach First, Brogan Rose Pierce. Eleanor Finula Laura Susan Beer. In Educational Leadership and Management, Christy Plum. Nyasha Lavak Dandara. Stephanie Rose Newell. In English Language Teaching with a specialism in English for Young Learners, Hannah Almontasa. In Global Education and International Development, Giali Ma. Carenza Mary Florence Mertony. Rebecca Lily May Folan. In Islamic Education, Theory and Practice, Nigat Shaheen. In Professional Education, Amy Smith. Andrea Dowsett. Danielle Lauren Malin. Deepika Soni. Emma Cook. Emmanuel Nana Banyan Wilson. Georgia Emily Jane Manning. Juhi Ahmed. Laura Costa. Rachel Williams. Rebecca Francis Hesmondos. In Psychology and Education, Aisha Anike Olamide Atinsola. Annabelle Stenning. Emma Holly Scripps. Kylie Louise Griffin. Lin Jin Jue. Regina Ali. Rumana Hussain. In Religions and Education, Melissa Maria Murphy. In Religion, Society and Education, Islamic Education, Adila Shaheen. In Social Science Research, Economic and Social History, Sue Mary Lemos. In Social Work, Beatrice Manu. Chelsea Butler. Dawn Redden. Emma Catherine Murphy. Ines Natalina Mendez Baradas Antonio. Irene Ruembo Chiuquira. Jade Peel. Kennedy Kimani. Laura Kate Parks. Nabila Razak. Wachuku Obi. Oluwakwemi Opeyemi Osunlana. Samson Wambiwa. Tatenda Nome Nyasha Kambadza. In Tesol, T-E-S-O-L, Farah Hanim Binti Maud Nazri. Junji Lee. Menaz Mustafa Iqbal. Mei Fang Zhou. Mohammed Fitri bin Ahmad. In the management of student work experience, Samantha Ford. To the degree of Master of Science in Big Data and Digital Futures, Amna Hira Mahmood. Balkishan Chauhan. Ilana Mutea Guillermo Seneca. Joseph Simon Ham. Nikita Sanambala. Nils Peder Pedersen. Thomas Jack Shea. In Intercultural Communication for Business and the Professions, Ching Yi Jamie Wong. Francesca Banucci. Osimwanye Mwen Jordana Erio. Yutang Chang. In Urban Analytics and Visualization, Adam Edward Blunden. Ali Shambil Jeffrey. Julie Paposhkova. Sunija Mapatupara Vijayan. Valts Morans. To the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Early Childhood, Amy Louise Stevens. Amy Stevens. Claire Jeffcott. Colette Gilbody. Ella Marion Heritage de Berg. Faye Tanner. Georgina Jessica Wheatley. Hayley Alice Wheatley. Holly Nathalie Goodwin. Jacqueline Gilmore. Jason Rostron. Leah Jane Douglas. Lisa Lane. Megan Lucy Bishop. Nupa Chowan. Shreen Akhtar. Stephen Pahal. Zoe Faye Sheehan. In Early Childhood, Inclusion and Send, Charlene Amina Howland. Christopher Peter Jones. Emma Hackett. Leanne Amy Shelton. Megan Ann Lewis. Michelle Maguire. Tracy Carr. In Early Childhood, Leadership, Samantha Delaney Johnston. Saida Rosina Ahmad. And in Early Childhood, Teaching, Learning and Assessment, Julie Karen Beverly. And that concludes the first presentation of graduates. Congratulations! And we can now take a moment to breathe and allow the blood to come back into the palms of our hands before we start the second presentation of graduates. And before that, I'm delighted to share with you all a message from actor and comedian Warwick Davis. We asked him nicely